Well, good morning, Solange. How are you?
Good morning. How are you too?
I'm
I'm good.
okay.
How are
I'm
you?
okay. I'm okay. Remember how I said I was ready?
Yes.
I am.
Okay, that's perfect. Yes.
Oh,
I
whew.
love that
Yeah.
background, by the way. I love when you're in that room.
Oh, really? This room is very
Yes,
special. This room is extremely special. I like this room.
I
This is
love it.
like my office.
I
This
love
is my
all the
office.
oils and your lab
So I
laboratory
have
things.
like, yeah. So in this particular room, in this room, I have well, there's a lot of magic in this room. So I thought that I would, you know, go in this room. We've gone live in a lot of different areas of the space. So in this room, this is like where I do ritual and I really get into context with spirit. I have a lot of spiritual conversations in here. This is where I ask my questions, where I'm like, so if this is behaving like this, then how does that make this and this act? What about that? And then I start getting my downloads. So I get a lot of downloads in here. So
Mm.
I'm pretty much connected almost 100% of the time when I come into this room. Well, I'm connected 100% of the time. I turn my fan off because it makes too much
Yes.
noise. So we'll see like how much, we'll see like how long I can go.
Okay.
Okay. So we
I
decided that
didn't
we were
hear
going
the
to go
noise,
ahead
so
and
if you want to turn it on, I'll tell you if it's noisy. But
I didn't have it on. I didn't have it on. It's really loud, so we're not going to do it. I have it in the storeroom
okay,
today. Yeah. It's like an industrial fan.
okay. I bet California is pretty hot at this time, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a baker right now.
All right.
Ah, right? I know. Okay. So we're doing live readings today. Go ahead and put your comments into the
Yes.
boxes. Tell us a little bit about you. The readings that we're going to be doing are spiritual readings because you're asking spiritual questions. You're asking processes. You're asking about things that mean something to you. So you have certain beliefs that are wrapped around the questions that you're asking. And when you ask us questions, you're opening your spirituality up to change. And that's why you're at this what you feel maybe a block or something like that is because it's an imminent challenge to your belief system as it is currently and it's about to change and sometimes it just feels like chaos is going to ensue, but it's unknown territory. So we thought that we would start with like, we'll do like 3 cards. Is that what you want to do? 3 cards and we'll do worldview, or
Yes.
how do we
Let's
want to
do
do
three.
that? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes,
So
let's
do
do
you want to
three.
start? Do you want to start? The first card is going
Yes.
to be influence. Okay. It's going to be like what's influencing us in our, I'm going to like, as you tune in to the influence. All right. I'm going to set the thread. Okay. So that everybody who comes into the thread is met with unconditional love, peace, tranquility, ease, enough, right? So that all those charges of worry and concern just start to dissipate and fall down to the ground. Just a charge. And everybody gets really grounded into themselves, really present, allowing that charge to drop all the way to the ground into the earth, right? And, bringing in gratitude that the earth can do that for you and support you in that way, right? Grateful, grateful to be present and in your body, having another day at this. This is really good. Yes. Making sure that you're connected solidly to your belief system and the God of your understanding, grounded to the earth that you came from and live on. All right. As above, so below. We are golden. Okay.
All right. So
Influence.
I'm
Here
gonna
we
be
go.
using, yes, I'm gonna be using angels and crystals today. Oracle
Oh,
card. I love it.
nice.
Beautiful. Humber's
Yes.
picture. It's beautiful. So let's start with the first one. Okay. I've got it's in Spanish, but I'm sure we can figure out. Tanzanita. I'm not really sure how is in English, but I'll check it out. It
Okay.
says you're ready to learn how to love again. I think that's beautiful because this is representing how we are connected with the world, as we were saying earlier. Like, I feel like we are in need to learn how to love again and how to be connected with that love, like a collective love, like more I'm feeling something about the group or about the humanity or something like bigger community, something huge, especially after all what we have been going through after the pandemic and everything. I'm feeling something super super huge as a community. So that's what I'm getting from this card. Let me just double check with the what the crystal is. How are you feeling it?
I'm just like, that is a very expansive influence. And it is, it's like, it shows all the facets to it. And I appreciate that because that's what it feels like. It feels like there's a lot of fractals, like we're breaking apart in certain areas and reforming and crystallizing and then coming back. It feels like we're learning to repeat inherent patterns, and maybe we're coming closer to that love that's inside of us.
Yes. Well, the
It's
crystal is
really hard
very
out there.
similar. It's tanzanite. Sorry?
It's just really hard out there.
Yes. Well, the crystal is tanzanite, right? Is that correct?
What's that? You
Tanzanite?
say that again? Oh, Tanzanite? Oh,
Yes.
nice.
That's a crystal. It's a very,
Oh,
very
nice.
deep blue, right?
Yeah, it's almost this
I
color
love
of
it.
blue. Yeah, we have them. Yeah, we have Tanzanite. And so what is the metaphysical properties of Tanzanite are a lot, right? And usually what it is it's how you can tell if a crystal works well with you, right? Is you hold it. It's the best way. It is the best way. You hold it because it has a vibrational offering and you are a vibrational offering. And when you take like anything, like computers have crystals, phones have crystals, we have a lot of crystals that connect inorganic and organic matter together. And that's how we have our experiences. Very scientific. So with all those charges, choosing and learning to select how you wish to plug your energy into different things and influences, right? So crystals, so Tanzanite is an elevated crystal. It's also a dark indigo. All right. And so indigo is very representative. So that's why this worldview influence, that crystal, this card, that's perfect. So that is, you're looking at things in your mind's eye and how you view it, and you're creating your belief system. And what we're inviting you to do, right, in this spectrum is to bring that view into your heart and kind of mix it with your intuition, your emotional body, so that you can see how you would feel in that projection of what you think should happen. And if you have resistance, change your focus. Just slow down and do that. And so this is the influence right now. So I highly concur with what you said. I'm going to pull a card on it. Okay. And this one is going to be possibility. Okay. So,
okay.
Yeah. And I'm pulling from the Cryon deck. Okay. And so the Cryon deck, Lee Carroll channels is known to channel a Cryon. Cryon comes through an awful lot here. Very intelligent, loving being. And so I'm going to pull a card today. All right. And it's two cards. Oh, Okay. And this is this is possibility. This is like the supposition. This is like what you can do, basically. Okay. Like what you can do in the situation that we're finding ourselves. Okay. And so your body is listening, pure intent. So this is the connection I was just talking about having intent is here, right? And your body is listening, right? Whatever story you're telling is the experience you're having. It can't get any more clear than that, right? Aren't those beautiful cards? So beauteous. Yeah.
Mm.
Right. And so that just tells me that if we can adjust and move in the direction of what we truly wish to focus on, we create contrast because that holds our interest. Okay. And we're conditioned to have that interest. Like, what's the matter with me? What's the matter with me? Right. And so it just kind of depends. Kyanite's a really good stone, Harry. It doesn't need to be cleared, all right, because of all the reformations in it and how it crystallizes in fractals. Okay, so it doesn't need to be cleared. It clears itself, and it clears all stones around it. You could have just a little piece, and that would be enough to clear all the stones. You just intention it, holds it in tension very well, and it has very broad view, and it's very expressive. So it connects in two different ways. And if you're heart centered when you program it, right? If you come into your body, that's why I call it heart centered. You come into your body, when you program it, it'll go really, really well for you. It'll hold that charge for as long as you'd like for it to. Excellent crystal. We have them. We have different sizes, but like you could go online and check out what we have and see if any of them speak to you, and then come on down if they do. All right. Okay. So now we're, ooh. Okay, so this was like the energy as it is, all right? That's how we defined it on our paper. I'm looking over at our paper. So this is the energy as it is. Wow, that's crazy. That worked out really well. That's really good. That's really good. Okay, okay. And then, okay, so do you want to choose a card and I choose a card? Is that how we were going to finish this? To where we were going to do like how to navigate it, right? Okay, this is cool.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
I'm digging that. Yeah. Okay. I'm digging that. All right. This will be good. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna tune in, and then what we're tuning into is how to navigate the energy that's here, because we're being called into what feels like two different directions. I'm gonna drop a little. Wisdom, if you don't mind, a little intuitive astrology wisdom. All right. We just closed a cycle, a very fundamental cycle that was a very long cycle, a decades and decades cycle. All right. And we finished with Scorpio Scorpio Taurus. All right. And when that closes, it feels almost like death, because you're going through death and transformation. So the last 3 weeks before the 17th, like the 10th to the 17th, you start feeling again like you weren't dying. And the 2 weeks before that, you thought everything was being annihilated and wouldn't be here ever again. It's a cycle of rebirth that we went through. Now we're going into a brand new cycle. And the brand new cycle is fire, air, and earth. And so we're going to be pulled out of our emotions and become the observers. That's why you need to master your energy, because you read with your body. And your body is very sensory. And so your emotions tell you an awful lot. So you have to be able, to feel into your heart space. Because when you don't feel the space in your body, right? If you can't feel, okay, then you're not in your body. It's very simple. If you can't feel, you're not in your body. Your awareness isn't there. And then you're not present, and you're just not in your body. Your energy awareness is not your body. You're a lot here, and you think you're having an experience, but you're here. So until you come together with these, there's no way that that's going to actually work. Okay. So you have to bring it in order for it to work. Okay, so this new cycle is Aries and Libra. And so Aries is the passionate warrior, Let's get her done. Let's do this. Mars is the driving planet in that house. So think about how that works. But then you have Libra. Libra is about balance, unconditional love, bringing in truth, living in generosity with moderation. Okay. So it is the veritable duality. All right. And it calls for, it's a calling because it's an air sign, right? So it's going to mess here where the fire sign is going to be here. All right. So now we're going into that duality. And then Venus is going to be the one who's leading the pack for right now. And in the next 18 months, that's, we're going to really go into Earth and how we feel about Earth and Earth is everything, all of your tangible bullshit. Okay. So all the things we think we need in order to, and we engage that way. That's our contrast to being in our body is our engagement. It's not a bad thing. That's just what we choose. So when we engage, that's when we have our experiences. Okay. I'm all done with that. That was a lot. Anyway, those are the gates that we're in right now. So when you guys go through those portals and they go, oh, these are the eclipse gates of Taurus and Scorpio. And you're like, oh, who cares? You were dying 3 weeks ago. That's why you should care. So those gates open January 2022. Okay. So that's why you should care. Mm-hmm. So when you finish up cycle, right? We're starting this cycle and we're at 29 degrees. Everybody's at 29 degrees. That started on the 17th. Okay. And so we started all grown up. We know everything. By the time we're done with this cycle, we won't know shit again. Do you get it? And then we'll clean up all the mess that we made for 6 months while we begin a new cycle. And that's what you're doing right now. You're cleaning up your mess.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
Ra does like to talk. Okay, did you get your card?
Yes. Ooh. Calcite. I've got calcite. Cleaning up the mess. Okay, it says moments of loads of work and multitasking. So I think we are navigating this, right? How to navigate this?
We sure the fuck are.
Yes,
It's time to show up.
It makes so much sense for me because I'm being like multitasking like a bitch.
I know you.
Right? And I feel like we all have been I feel like we all have been like multitasking. Say that again.
Right? It's almost like we're jumping from hamster wheel to hamster wheel to hamster wheel. We're just making sure all the plates are spinning and not falling. And we've just created and recreated the wheel over and over and over and over again. And right now it's starting to collapse into itself. And as it collapses into itself, it makes it a little bit easier to manage. But we created like so much in this 18 months. That's ridiculous. So for the next 6 months, we're going to we made ourselves this busy. Isn't that fun?
Yes. Okay. I mean, I think it's super useful and so many things for the project and everything that we have in mind right now. Because I feel like it's a great time to be multitasking at the same time. I feel like it's super tiring, it's stressful, but at the same time, I feel like it's the time to do it. The time is now. Like we need to do it right now to set all the bases and to set the ground um, to start working on what we really want, right?
Correct. Correct.
Lining
Correct.
everything up to ensure success. I love that. Yes,
That's
Harry.
it.
I feel like that makes so much sense. Yes,
It
thank you for
does, doesn't
sharing.
it? Yeah, that's beautiful. You said, yes, that's perfect. Yes. Okay. So remember, I was talking about that 6 months of cleanup, right? That's where we're going to use our
Mhm.
discernment heavily. We're going to use discernment, the power of discernment. We all have it. We use it in different ways. The power of discernment comes from your heart chakra. It is a very sensory exercise for your energy. So you pull your energy into your body and you sense into the situation. And then it brings back information to like your heart, your real heart, where your brain is, and it feeds you all of this information. When you do it purposely and intentionally, and you come from your cerebral brain and your heart brain at the same time, you're getting a full boat of everything that you need when you check in with things. That's why meditation is encouraged. It causes you to bring yourself back into your body. So you need to, that's what we're doing. Okay. So for the next 6 months, the discernment and the cleanup, that's going to feel like such a deep transformational value. It's just going to be ridiculous how it goes. And there's going to be so many aha moments. You're going to be like, oh,
Mm.
ah, ah, and, and then it'll start getting a little bit easier. Right now you're going through the mud. Okay. And then you're coming out. It's okay. So that's why you're given the passion and drive right now at a grown up state, right? So you can execute what you need to for the next 6 months. So try not to stay focused in the past. That's the big one. That's how you'll navigate the future. Understand that you're coming out of a rabbit hole of experience. All right. And in that, you're
Mm.
creating a story to go into your Akashic records to reference later. Okay. Because you will reference your Akashic records to remember something, and you will bring forward that energy and you will read what you put there. Be mindful.
You know what? After we finished, now I'm going, I have an appointment to go and open my Akashic records. Can you believe it? I have an
Yeah, yeah,
appointment,
I know.
right?
People ask me if I do Akashic record
I'm
reading, and
going.
yeah, of course, we all do. That's great. How cool. That is
Oh
cool.
gosh.
It's cool.
I'll
It
tell you
helps you.
later what came up
Yes,
there.
please. I would love that. I would love to know. That's awesome. So the card that I got for that 6 months is this one. Okay. Isn't that great? So this is
Mm.
very representative of the eighth house, which is Scorpio. Remember, we just closed that cycle, and it's the eighth house, and it's endings and beginnings. All right. Endings and beginnings.
I
So it's
love it.
super transformational. Okay. Transformational energy. So that means
Goosebumps.
that, right? So as you pick up, exactly. So as you pick up the debris of what you just experienced and you begin to tell the story to yourself of that experience, you are building the toolbox by which you will operate in the future. So if you choose wisely and carefully and selectively, not cautiously, but not frivolously, all right. Stay in the lane that you want to experience. If it's gratitude, stay in gratitude. If it's love, stay in love, right? If it's power, stay in power. But there's a lot of duality in that. All right. Okay. There's duality everywhere,
Mm.
but you get to choose where you want to land. All right. And then that's where you start to build the story, because you build the story in your sacral chakra. That's where you build your story. It's creation energy. You create who you are. You create who you are from your heart space. That is the energy down there. It's your embodiment. You are telling the story of your embodiment to yourself. And then you're thinking about how you should actuate it. And you're grabbing an idea and bringing it down. And then you're having the experience. Okay. So now you're going through the debris of your experience. Pick it up, investigate it, sit with whatever charges are there, and let them go to earth. You're only discharging charges, it's just frequency. Then you tell the earth thank you, and you transmute all that energy into gratitude and element. And you thank the earth for being there for you, for being part of you, because that's who you are. You're the earth. All right. And then you get to make selections as to how you want to tell the story. That's the shadow work that you're doing. Shadow work is mostly about bringing things to illumination, bring them out into the light, right? And what that does is it lets you know that you have capabilities to have an experience in trauma, or be a mean person, or be a really great person, or be taken advantage of. Whatever story it is that you've told yourself that you put into the dark, when you bring it back out, you have the opportunity to tell it in a different way with a lesser charge, so that you can understand that it was an experience. There's a lot of forgiveness. The forgiveness comes with ignorance, because I should have known better, I'm smarter than that, blah 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 blah. That's a big long thing about shadow work right there. Okay, but that's the process. Okay, and that's what you're going through right now. You're going through about 6 months of really deep shadow work, and it's all been brought. This is everything that you went out and you gathered, and you said, oh, I want to work on this, 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 everything that you wanted to manifest. Now it's in front of you, but every reason that you told yourself that you can't have it, or has to take place before you can have it, now you're going to go through that in the next 6 months. You're going to sort about what you really need to do and don't need to do. And then you're going to build forward how to operate. In that, you're also going to start a new cycle. So be aware of the duality. All right. One is closing. Understand it's closing. So as you tell the story, it tightens up. Make sure it's a loose fitting story, because you want a lot of room to operate in. Okay. And when you bring all those things into illumination, it just shows that this part of you, you're aware of. That's all. You're just aware of it. Feed it a lot of love, just a lot of love. All right. Okay. Next, for the beginning of the cycle, all right, we're in a Mercury mind. So that means that we're in a really fast, high vibrational, extreme thought process. But this is also pertaining to misinformation. All right. Because we have to navigate the energy. And remember, we were talking about discernment. And so discernment needs to be coupled with the body, but you have to use your wit. You must use your wit. There is experience that is stored in here that is faster than lightning, that will come and tell you what it is that you need. So when you come forward and you're in your Mercury mind and you center in your heart space, then you can ask your questions and it will come better. And that's how you'll navigate the circumstances. What you're doing, all right, is you are capturing the air energy of I think, and the duality of Gemini. Think about that, okay? And Mercury, the planet, which is all about communication, all right? And you're bringing it all together, and now you're going to have a conversation. But the duality is as above, so below. That's what the card means. That's how you're going to navigate it. Many blessings. All right. Do we want to do a reading? Does anybody want a reading?
Yes, does someone want a card? Yes, exactly. That's what I was about to ask. If you want a reading, just drop your spiritual question over there. We'll give you a reading. That's
Yes.
simple. Is that simple?
We would be happy to. Okay. So what's your spiritual?
Harry.
Okay, Harry. What'd you say? Harry? Okay. So what would
Harry,
be your
yes.
spiritual question?
Hello, Shakti.
Hello. And I saw Jessica earlier and I started, and then I started to respond and I saw that the response goes to 3 different places. And I was like, oh, okay, stop. So to everybody. Ah. Oh.
Mm.
So what do you have coming towards you? So it feels as though you're asking about adversity that you're pulling forward, or challenge that you're pulling forward. And so for me, that means that you have a story, an ongoing story. Okay. The first part of your statement is, I have a lot going on. All right. Yes, everybody has a lot going on. You're in recognition and awareness of many things around you. So the best way that I could teach you or tell you, or maybe give you a suggestion, is to learn how to master your energy in each of the situations. So it requires meditation, but you're really good at meditation. Okay. So what you would do is you would center yourself. You could do it in 2 or 3 minutes. It doesn't take that long. You would center yourself. And by centering yourself, I'm talking about bringing your awareness to your heart chakra. You bring awareness to your heart chakra. And then you bring one item in front of you that you're working through, like your mom. Okay. All right. You bring her forward. Right. Okay. And you ask in that energetic communion of love, right? Because when you're heart centered, you're in your unconditional love aspect. Okay. So now you're in that unconditional love and you become more of the observer of the situation. Okay. And then you ask, how can I best support you spiritually? Okay. And then you, because I know that you're very gifted, so you'll probably receive guidance of some sort. All right. And then what I would like for you to do is to release her back to her own energy field and set another energy field coming in for her, so that you're not using your energy, because your energy gets depleted in that way. But it's not depleted. You're putting your energy over there. So you don't have that energy anymore. Okay. You can't use that energy. You're using it somewhere else. And it's not because you only have so much and this much access. It's because you only have so much attention. Okay. And so you have this energy awareness in a space. All right. And however much focus you have in that space, that is what you're putting there energetically. And that depletes you in your physical aspect. And then maybe you feel empty, like maybe not enough. Like, I don't have enough love. I don't have this. I don't have that. And this is a challenge. That is hard. This is this. And that's a new informational energy you're putting inside your body. It's a sick energy. All right. We don't mean to do it. Right. Okay. Okay. But we do that. And then we start feeding ourselves a certain diet of this story. Like, oh, my body's starting to ache. I'm so tired. And then we realize, if you realize that you can come back and go into recognition, you just sit in that little meditation and you retrieve your energy back from the individual in an honorable way. And then you send them love, right? And you put them in a healing stream that isn't your energetic field, right? And you're just redesignating the focus of the energy you're using. That's all you're doing. You're not creating or destroying anything. Energy you can't do that with energy. You're just refocusing and putting it where you would like and asking it to behave a certain way. That's your intention. Intention is key to everything. All right. So the card that I have for you is compassionate action. All right, Harry.
Mm.
Compassionate action. All right. Ooh, look at that.
Mm.
And so that right there, okay, is what I would like for you to really do for yourself. Feed yourself your love, because you really need to understand that you're enough, because you really are enough. And the times that you're going through right now are going to challenge everything about you, and you're still showing up. So thank yourself and be in gratitude that you're still showing up, because it's a huge undertaking. And I love you. Okay, many blessings. Okay, so now let's go ahead and choose another individual. Did you want to do Shakti? Would that be okay?
Yes. I don't know if she has any specific question or.
Well, this is what she asked, okay? And
Oh,
so,
perfect. I didn't see that.
okay. And so I'm going to have you do this one, okay? As to however it is that you want to approach it, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Yes. We don't see the. I don't actually see the future, but let's see how the card.
How the card comes,
through.
right? You never know. See, because it's a spiritual question. So now you're going to reform it into a spiritual answer, right? Is it possible for you to describe my future husband? Please, thank you. Yes, they are a vibrational match for your energy. What's your energy? Now you start tuning into, right? Okay. You start tuning into that energy. Now you can give the reading. Really good, huh? Right? Because they're looking for they want to see themselves in somebody else. And so now you're finding
I love it.
What they're a vibrational match for.
I've got amethyst. So the card says, yes, the card says that you need to release yourself and to be really aware of yourself, because it says that in that way you're going to show to the rest of the people how your authentic self are. So I think that's the most important part. If you want to know how your future husband is going to be, it's because you probably need to stop hiding yourself from yourself, right? You just need to be yourself and try to see how the rest of the people want to see you, right? So that's what I'm feeling for you. You just need to sit down and talk to yourself and release that past trauma or that past all these kind of things that are in your past, to like be really yourself right now and see and start attracting that person you want to attract, right? So that's what I'm getting from this card. And maybe you should get an amethyst too, because I
She
love
did say
amethyst.
yes.
It's one
She
of my
agrees with your
favorite ones.
reading.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's very good. That's really good.
But I
Right.
think I think a good exercise would be like just sit down with yourself and really uh, define what you want. Oh, good. I love it. Well, that makes so much more sense.
Right? It's almost like a rebirthing for you, Shakti. So what you're doing is you're coming back to yourself and you're asking these questions. And so this 6 months of debris cleanup is really good for you.
Yes.
Okay. So how about if we
All right.
okay, so we have
Shall we
Abigail.
do Abigail? Yes.
Yeah? Sound good?
Yes.
Okay, hey Abigail, how's it
Great.
going?
Yes.
Okay. So a near future reading. So again, that means that you're asking for something and you have resistance to receiving it. So you're pulling in a challenge. Okay. Anytime somebody wants to know about the future, they've asked for something, an experience, okay, and they have a hesitation from where they're at to get there. The hesitation is the reason you give yourself to not have it, the different things that you need to do XYZ before you can receive that experience. And that's part of the experience. We call it the journey and things, but it's part of the experience. Once you have the initiation and you make the intention, right? You have the gut, you have everything that goes on, all of your crystalline energy firing inside of you. And you start to have the experience when you start the intention, because the intention is your direction that you're giving to yourself, all right? That you're pulling and putting into action. And so you're bringing it into your body, and your body is saying, oh, that's a good idea. And then everything that needs to operate within that pulls you forward toward that intention. If it's something big, or if you're waiting, because it feels like you're kind of suspended right now, like you're kind of waiting to see like what happens. So as you allow that, okay, it lets things fill in, okay, but there is something that you are desiring, and in that you're recognizing that you don't have it yet. It's not a bad balance. It's an indicator that you desire something. So you focus in that direction. Okay, see how your energy shifted? Now you're not in your hindsight, you're in your future sight. All right, you effectively turned your third eye awareness in the direction that you would like to go. Okay, that's what you just did. All right. So when you do things like that, Abigail, it allows you to look forward to see what it is that you would want. So I would encourage you for your future reading to write down some of the experiences that you would like to have. And those experiences come from a really good place, right? You meditate, you pull in a feeling that you would like to experience in the future. You go ahead and you write down something, you meditate, you put yourself in it, you call it visualization. And then that's the experience that you would have, because indicators would show up for you to have that experience. So your near future reading is of your making. It's however you make it. I can tell you, if you're in a situation, the different aspects that I see that can help you. And what we're concentrating on is we're concentrating on your belief system. And so that's why the readings are coming the way that they are. It isn't because I'm flippant or I think you need to know differently. It's because we want to help as many people on the thread as possible. So in the spiritual aspect, you need to master your own energy field. You need to master your experience of life. It isn't done to you, it's done for you. Okay? And you're doing it for you. All right? It's energy. Energy has many different aspects. We're all energy, we're shared consciousness. And when you come into that understanding of who you are, right? And your proximity to the universe or to whatever greater aspect it is that you want to be in comparative to. That's true humility, when you stand at your greatest height. All right. And you become all of who you are. And when you stand against something larger, you just know. All right. So standing yourself, decide what you would like to experience and start mapping it out. Journaling a little bit here and there afterwards. See like, oh, okay, yeah, so this would be nice. Oh, I would like that. Okay. But the reason that you're asking for something is because you have too much spirituality, too much spirit energy out. So you need to retrieve some of it back from where you have it, so that you don't feel so much in supposition, like I wonder what's going to happen. It's because you need information. So call your energy back into your meditation, reform, and then send it back out again for your next manifestation. And that's what I got for you. Here's your card. You are powerful. What a great card. I love that card. Right? So red is such an activation color, but when you look at it, it's very heart-centered because it has that beautiful green in the center, right? It's another as above, so below card, right? You are powerful. So it's just knowing yourself, and you are who you live. And that's all I got for that one. Want to do another one? Do we have time?
Yes, I think we have time for one more, right?
Yes.
What do you
so
think?
Would you like to pull one?
Yes. Let's go with um, Jessica.
Okay.
It's been a crazy week indeed. Okay, so I've got, I think it's Opal. Yes, Opal. I've got Opal for her.
Oh. Oh, I love that.
Beautiful. And it says,
Beautiful.
yes, and it says, allow yourself to shine. So I think this is a great card, because it says that the opal helps you to show yourself as a really brave, and I don't know what's it feels like the energy, it's heavy and it's too much energy, but I'm feeling something around my chest and around my stomach. So maybe you should focus on those chakras to see what's going on there and how you can like work with those chakras. And as the card says, just allow yourself to shine. Look at all the shiny things that you have over there. That's what I'm feeling actually, the chest. See? Super shiny. And just express yourself and really show yourself as who you are. Almost like the previous reading that I've done, like to Shakti, because it feels like we don't take the time and we don't have that time to sit and think about it and think how we want to be with the world, how what kind of a thing we want to show to the rest of the people, to the rest of the world. So I think what I'm feeling is that you need to express yourself and get out of the closet. I don't know what closet, but the closet, out of like uh, something that you're been holding on for a while. So that's what I'm getting for you, Jessica. Do you
Does
agree,
that resonate,
Lucinda?
Jessica? Yeah,
What do you think?
I really do. As
Yeah, I
soon
don't
as
know
you
if
start,
she's still here.
yeah. Well, if she's, she may have been taken away for a second, but yeah, I do agree with you. And it does have to do with grounding. And it's like we were talking about,
Mm,
right? We were talking, here she is right here. So, yeah. So, exactly. So, grounding. So, like I said, about 3 weeks ago, for 2 weeks, we felt like we were dying because we are coming to the close of a cycle. At the very end of the cycle, it's a very spiritual week. It's 7 days of debris. It's like the aftermath of a tornado and tsunami at the same time. And that whole thing makes you very spiritual because you're developing all those beliefs that I was talking to you about. So, oh, this is always like that. Those words kind of left during that week and they became very suspended. So nothing was always anymore. And in that, that
mm.
leaves us untethered because our finite reality that we like to create as infinite beings is challenged. I love how oxymoron we
Right?
fucking are.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would,
Okay.
so for me, right? So for this spiritual week, there was a lot of sorting. And if you're empathic, right? So she feels empathic, right? And then you did mention, so here's what's funny, okay? Is that you may not know this, but Jessica's pregnant. So when you told her to focus on her sacral chakra, right? And her heart chakra, you're
Mm.
basically telling her, just focus your energies on the baby. Everything's okay.
Okay.
Right? Right. And so,
That
so
makes
really,
sense.
Right, right. Well, we don't know why these things come up, and then we find out more information, right? And so for Jessica to receive it, right? She understands now that she just has to ground and release. That's it. That's all she needs. So that was
Yes.
perfect, Solange. That was so perfect. Do you want to do one more, or are we done?
Yes, let's do one more.
Yeah. Okay. How about Christina?
Christina, career
Yes.
message.
Yeah. So, Rebecca, we're doing spiritual messages. So, everything's going to refer to how you carry yourself in your spiritual awareness and belief system. And so, form a question around that, and I will read you last. Okay. All right. Just form a question around it. I'm sorry that I deleted whatever the other person that was trying to, we would never DM you or anything like that. All right. So, just create your question and I'll be happy to. Okay. All right. So we're going to do Christina together. Is that all right?
Yes, I've got her card here, and it's gold.
Ooh.
It's a
Oh.
divine intervention.
Oh.
And yes, that's what I'm feeling for her. Like feeling something super. I'm feeling is that something that you've been wanting for like a million years. Now it's coming. It's the time for it to come. And I'm feeling like you are supported. You are supported by your God of understanding or the universe or whatever your your God is. You're supported by your guides, by your spirit team, anything you believe in. They are saying go for it because you are supported. We are here for you. So that's that's what they get for you. Gold everywhere. Everywhere is gold for you. That's what I'm feeling. Something super shiny, something that you've been wanting for so long. It's coming. So go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I concur. And so I went ahead. So Christina, like you're asking, honestly, what I want you to do is I want you just to center and think of your feet on the ground until you can see with your body your feet on the ground, not with your eyes, with your body. See with your body, see, feel your feet down on the ground and drop your energy down. Keep
Mm.
dropping your energy down, drop it all the way to the ground. So you're way up here. So we'll just do the pin thing where I'll take all the pins. Those are thoughts. Okay, we'll just take there you go. Oh, that's much better. Okay, there. Woo, come down into your body. There you go. It's a nice place to be. You're okay. Come on.
Mm.
Bring your awareness into your heart chakra. Feel into your body. Like take a breath. Drop in there. See? Yeah, just keep coming in, girl. You're good. Keep coming in. Okay, there.
Mm.
All right. Now you're at your most advantageous position to succeed because you're present. Okay. So your diamonds. Okay. And here's what they said: you need to go ahead and claim your power. All right. You need to claim your
Mm.
power. So what if you fail? So what if you fail? You'll try something else, or you'll try it a different way. So what if you fail? Failure only means you can't do it that way. That's it. You just got to figure out another way. Who cares? All right. See? So there you are.
Mm.
Okay. Claim your power. The other one that came up was connect with your higher self. You need to meditate because you're all over the place. That's why. Meditate. You know that's the answer. Fourth house, you're building roots. That's in the house of Cancer. And we just went through what? Right? Okay, so here we are.
Mm.
Okay. And then remember, we're going into that beautiful cycle. And so, all right. Remember how I started and I said, your thoughts bring about your reality. Your thoughts bring about your reality. You get into the Libra energy that is guided by Venus. Thoughts, reality. Libra, Venus. Get it? All right, here we are. That's your card. Balance. Okay. So meditate. That's what I would say. Meditate. All right. And that way that will help you out. Okay. That's just because it's there. It's just so close. And it feels like you're on this side of the glass. And you're like, ah, and just go, there's no glass.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be better. Relax. Relax. Okay. Just relax into your body and let it happen. All right. Let it happen. What will it feel like? What will it feel like? It's going to feel so fucking good. Right. So, woo. That's it right there. See, that's it right there. See, because you want to feel those things. You want to feel those aspects. You want to feel that joy. You want to feel that gratitude. You want to feel those things. So you got to be in your fucking body and present to feel those things. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to Rebecca. Okay. So Rebecca, you said that you would like a reading. Okay. And we'll do another dual reading for you. Okay. Whether you're present or not, and you haven't wrapped it around a spiritual question or anything. All right. You said you'd love a card, please. Usually that means guidance or direction. And so as I tune in, what I'm picking up is that you want like an opening somewhere. You're looking for an opening somewhere. So if you could tell me what direction it is that you're going in, right? That would help us be a little bit more succinct in our answer for you. Okay. All right. So I would love a card, right? Would love a reading. Okay. And then we'll wait just a couple of minutes. All right. And then if she doesn't come back, we'll block her because she was the setup. Well, that's what Spirit's telling me. So I'm okay. Isn't that wild? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It happens when you run groups with thousands of people in them. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yes.
I see how it works. Ooh, okay. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Are you coming in today? I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. So while we wait for Rebecca, okay, Gouge to come in, okay. All right. We're gonna do some commercials, okay? So so next Monday we have our belief systems and spirituality, and that's at 10:30, and we're going to be on point every Monday. And at that one, what we do is we do a lot of talking, just like we do here, but we don't do personal readings. We don't pull people's comments up unless they pertain to what we're talking about. And what we're doing is we're pulling a card to initiate what the general spiritual conversation is going to be. And when we pull it, we're going to pull from two different facets: her version, my version, and your version. So if you have input directly resulting from that conversation, we would love to hear from you, because we do like to engage. And we want to create a space to where we have that back and forth, because it's so good. Okay. Then, okay, so on that one, that's how we do that one. On notions and illuminations, I went ahead and I was with Dawn, because I like working with Dawn. Anyway, so we channeled Sekhmet, and Sekhmet came in, and it was she is very regal. It's a beautiful energy. She's just very beautiful. And so when she came, I thought that would be a really good energy to do the illumination in. So we took the time to go and set everything up in the prosperity room, and there's absolutely no Wi-Fi in that room. So when I started to do the show and I was going live and we're channeling and everything, she and I are the only ones that could hear ourselves. We got this message from somebody that said, maybe the channel was just for you guys. And I started laughing. I said, probably was. So on Sundays, right? I'll probably do more of that, and it will be, I don't know, it might be
Just a
uploaded. We'll see
pop-up.
like how that works. Yeah, it might be, yeah, because it just depends on where we're at. Because we
Pop-up channeling.
yeah, because we have so many spiritual interactions all around the space. And I decided I was going to start carrying my
Mhm.
phone with me so that when these neat things show up, I can share them with everyone because that's what happens.
Mhm.
Okay. So,
Yes. I
yeah.
think Rebecca is gone.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay. All right. Okay. So we will be good with that.
Yes, I think so. Thank
There's
you so
Dawn.
much for your insights and everything what you said.
Right there. There we are. Thank you, Solange. Solange, you know what? You're growing so exponentially. And the beauty is this, okay? We haven't worked that long together. It hasn't been years or anything like that, but we complement each other so well when we're reading. And I'm loving how you're just showing the fuck up. Because, Ashley
Thank
told
you
me
so
one day,
much.
yeah, well, Ashley told me one day that she was with me and Dawn. Okay. And Dawn and I are very fucking intense. And so if you're going to be around us, you're going to do work with us, you're going to be like this. Boom, you're going to show the fuck up. Because that's how Dawn and I are. Okay. We're just very, let's do this. We're going to get rid of the bullshit. We're
Yes.
boom, like that. Right. And so we were working on the platforms because we do that. We send spiritual love and we clear the psychic debris that gets developed on all the social media platforms. We clear the misinformation. We do a lot of that work because we want to infuse it with unconditional love for others, right? Okay. So that way, when we're getting this misinformation and miscommunication, the confusion lessons and all that just goes like this. So that's what we do. We heal the networks. All right. We heal the networks. Anyway, so we were in a space and we do sacred geometry. There's a lot to it. Okay. So we're in this space and everything. And she tells me after, she goes, at first I was like, wow, these two people, they're really intense and everything. She goes, and then it was just like, show the fuck up. So I did. She goes, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to challenge myself and stepping into what I'm able to do. And you are so good, Solange. Thank you. And you've been doing this for a while. This is just our interaction, right?
Thank you.
This isn't,
Thank you.
yeah. How long have you been doing this work? Like this whole path for you, your spiritual path?
I don't remember, but I remember I read my first book, Many Lives, Many Masters, when I was around 12. With that book, I think it blew my mind in like such a great way that I started like looking for things, and then I just read that book when I was 12, and then I didn't do anything else. And I feel like, I don't know, around 2021, I started like the path again, and I did my first past life regression, and then I couldn't stop. I did so many therapies and so many things, and then I always liked everything around spirituality. My mom is super spiritual, and she teach me like all the time. When I was super little, she was like, "You need to relax yourself, just breathe," and she was putting some guided meditations to sleep. And um,
I
I
love your
feel like
mom.
I've been in the spiritual path for like forever.
Since you were born.
But yes, like super intense. I started like 5 or 6 years ago with all these kind of therapies and everything. So, and more intense 1 year ago when I started working with you.
Yeah, yeah, you had to get on that merry-go-round and it was going. That's the hardest
Yeah,
part about once
yeah,
you get to this vibe. When you're in this vibe, there is no slow. There just isn't. You can learn
yes,
how to master the energy and slow it down for yourself, but once you start showing up, it's like, oh yeah, let's go. Right on.
I love that.
That's how it feels.
Oh, so
This has
funny.
been a real blessing. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up. We
Thank
love you.
you.
Have the best day
Yes.
ever.
Thank you.